Hey everyone, it's Benny Chavez. Just want to talk about the 3 important things that you got to think about when selling your home. And number 1 is, what kind of marketing will the agent that represents you to sell your home provide to give your home the maximum exposure that it needs to bring enough buyers out to that property to generate a top dollar offer for you. So number 1 is the marketing. Will they be using, for example, I hire a professional photographer that shoots HDR photography. We also do an HDR video on the property. We do 1,000 postcards in the local neighborhood, targeted to renters in the area. We also do in-print advertising in the LA Times, Press Telegram, and we also do a lot of online marketing and social media marketing as well. We also make a website for the property that says is actually the property address, so 1234 mainstreet.com, and so on and so forth, and a lot more marketing than that goes into it. But that's something that's very important when it comes to selling a home, is that exposure. Number 2 is commission. How much will you be paying for commission? Well, on residential homes, the industry standard is 6%. Of course, that is negotiable, and some people actually even pay 7% sometimes. The reason for that is, when offering that extra percent out to a buyer's agent, it's very likely that the home will generate more showings by the buyer's agents, and it'll generate in turn a higher price or higher top dollar for that home. The other thing is, there might be a seller that might be very low on equity and might be just walking away from the home at a 0 cash out to themselves. In scenarios like that, I mean, other commissions have been negotiated in the past. For example, 4% or a 4.5%, things of that nature. So it just depends what the situation is and what type of property. For example, mobile homes as well. Those start at 10% commission, and also vacant residential land also starts at 10% commission. Higher end properties in the $2 million range usually pay only a 2% side to each buyer, so about 4% total. So it just depends what kind of a property it is, what kind of exposure you want, and then also what's really going on with that situation. But believe it or not, I have sat at dinner tables before where the client has been just completely surprised because they thought that the actual commission to be paid out was 10%. And I'll tell you one thing right now, currently, a lot of transactions are actually at 5%. So it just depends. And last but not least, and one of the most important of the 3 is price. Because without the right price for your home, you won't be happy with the entire transaction. So arriving at a price is very important. Of course, there are a lot of attachments to our homes. They do become a big part of our life, and it is hard to depart from them. But when it's necessary, or when life moves on and we have to go on to somewhere else, and we do have to deal with this, then we need to look at what's called comparables, and that is other homes in the area that have sold with the same features and the same square footages and same sizes of the home. So at the time of coming to a price, you've got to look at those comparables with your agent and see what those prices are, and then determine a final price that will cause your home to sell and not stay on the market for a very long time. I hope this helps you out. It's just the 3 basics or most important basics of getting a home sold. There's a whole different other end to that, and we can talk for about an hour on this subject. But anyways, I just wanted you to know at least the bare essentials. All right.